It's the Daily Dog.
Hey, y'all, welcome back to the Daily Doug. Thanks for hanging out with me today. I am happy that you are here because we've got a good one for you today. It is a sad song, but boy, is it just powerful. We have done several pieces by Steven Wilson and his band Porcupine Tree on the channel before, but today we're going to his song Routine. And it's not really going to be a reaction. I've heard this song, half a dozen times or so, but it's really profound, y'all. And I want to take you through this piece here at the keyboard. So, Routine is from Steven's fourth studio album called Hand Cannot Erase. It was released in 2015. There is a wonderful, heartbreaking video with awesome animation that has been created for this song. If you haven't seen it, I would suggest taking a look. But today we're going to be looking at a live performance from 2018. This is a rehearsal at Royal Albert Hall in London for Stephen's Home Invasion live concert and DVD Blu-ray release that was affiliated with that particular performance. And we get kind of to take a look behind the scenes to see the band performing and rehearsing this piece. The band that is assembled for this performance is Steven Wilson on vocals and guitar. Nanette Tayeb is on vocals. She did the original vocals as well on the studio version. Alex Hutchings on guitar and vocals. Nick Baggs on the bass. Craig Blundell on the drums, and Adam Holtzman also on keyboards. I found a quote from Steven Wilson about this tune. The song here, Routine, tells the story of a woman who has lost her family. In the lyrics, it is not overt as to how members of her family died, but in the video, it reveals how they died. They died by gunshot in a shooting. Actually, I think a school shooting. So very traumatic. With the house now empty, she finds solace in the routine chores that keep her occupied. She even cooks meals for the people who are no longer there. Steven Wilson says this about the song: "We don't all suffer that kind of loss in our lives, but I think we all have to an extent where we use routine. The daily grind, the Groundhog Day thing, if you'd like, to sometimes ignore the bigger questions like, what am I doing in my life? Am I happy? Am I happy at my job? Am I happy in my relationship? Is my life going to where I want it to go?" We've all been there, right? And he says he's no exception to that. So he says, "I have times where I also question, and I need to force myself to question those things rather than just going through the everyday motions." So I suspect the idea came, at least the idea for the song, came from a personal perspective. But at some point it developed into this story of this very tragic figure, this housewife who is using her routine to ignore something that was almost too difficult for her to confront and to bear. We know this feeling, right? You do busy work to keep yourself from being vulnerable to really deal with some trauma or grief that is affecting your life. And there is a chord progression that they use in this piece that is just haunting, and we'll take you through it. So let's wait no longer. This is Routine by Steven Wilson, live at the Royal Albert Hall in London from March of 2018. Here we go.
Okay, let's do it, guys.
What do I do with all the children's clothes? Such tiny things, the still smell of them.
Such tiny things that still smell of them.
In the hallway, onto my knees, scrub them away.
The bare piano without any other instruments, it's so haunting to start, isn't it? Stops. And back into it, I think. Yeah.
And how to be a huge, make the tea and the soup, all of their favorites.
She makes tea and soup, all of their favorites, and then throws them away because they're no longer there.
And the running shoes, washing them clean, and the dirt is still sink.
You can see them playing some of the video in the background on the main screen. Routine keeps me in line, helps me pass the time. Helps me to sleep. The routine helps you to sleep. So I'm going to stop it there. I want to take you through a little bit of how this this chord progression works. It's a fascinating little progression, y'all. First of all, they're in 5. It's unequal. So that adds a bit of this sort of uneasiness. It's hard to get rocked into this safe space. But we've got this F sharp minor chord. The melody, C sharp up to a D, C sharp up to a D over a D chord, and then down to a C chord, C, B, A, G over an E minor chord. Then the same E minor chord, G, A, B, A. So you've got F sharp, D, F sharp to D, then C, E minor, same E minor to D. The 4 chords that are in that progression are all separated by whole tones. There's a C, there's a D, there's an E, and there's an F sharp, right? So we've got this sort of atmospheric sort of sound. I think that he's technically in D major in this section. I can't really tell if it's D major or F sharp minor because of how he's doing all this stuff. But the fact that the phrase ends on D, I think that's where he is. So it would be the 3 chord to the 1 chord to flat 7, 2, 2, 1. But it doesn't really feel like 1, does it? It's really, really smart how he puts that together. We're gonna keep rolling.
Keep the cafe open, the windows, let the air in. Keep the house clean, keep the routine, paintings and bricks, your stuff to the fridge.
Stephen adds in a little bit here. It's an asymmetrical, just ticking away of time, just to keep yourself busy and avoiding dealing with this grief, overwhelming grief. Beautiful song. Lovely little middle section here. They go up to E. And then the funny thing is they were using a 9th, and it goes down to a D minor chord, which uses that F natural instead of the F sharp. A minor. Low flute or low woodwind. Sounds wonderful, y'all. Major for a second. Oh, that's a harmonic. I hadn't caught that before. Like a harmonic major sort of scale. Over E with an F natural and a G sharp a little bit there. And there is our main motive, up a step from where it has been. It did start on F sharp, now it's in G sharp. Simple tune, y'all. The fact that it doesn't stray very far keeps us in this little bubble, right?
Ironing, cooking their meals on the stainless steel. Keep
washing, keep scrubbing.
keep scrubbing long
until the dark comes to bruise the sky. That's a low D sharp from her. Like baritone range. It's amazing. How they get back to the original key. Down from B, that little lament, it lands down on the F sharp, which was dominant to where we were, but it turns into where he wants to land to get us back to that phrase or that progression that starts on that F sharp. This is a section, I didn't really realize what this was, but it's her finally reaching the end of her rope. And it happens on a tritone between an F sharp and a C. And they're gonna play us out here. The most beautiful morning forever. Like the ones from far, far off away. Far, far away.
Like the ones from far off away. With the hum of the bees in the jasmine sway. Don't ever let go. Try to let go. Don't ever let go. Try to let go. Don't ever.
Don't ever let go. Try not to let go. Don't ever let go. Try not to let go. I have empathy for this character. It's a really, really successful piece. I think all of us in some way have been grappling with some sort of grief in our personal lives, in our family lives, in our professional lives, in our communities. There's a lot of things that are rapidly shifting, and some of them are tragic, right? In the way that we have to move on. And I get caught doing things in my routines that just keep me sometimes just moving forward. I think a little bit harkens back to the piece I did yesterday, Escalator Shrine by Riverside, and them talking about sort of us being numbed to the consumerism and everything that's all around us. But this is talking about us using our routines to sort of numb ourselves and protect ourselves from dealing with our own inner demons. And sometimes you just got to let it all out, like Nanette did there towards the end. A beautiful, beautiful song. That chord progression is haunting to me. I've never heard one exactly like it, but it's very, very well crafted, and just love playing along to it. I hope that you have enjoyed hearing this song. I hope it speaks to you, and I hope that in some way it might even be of a help to you, to help you through whatever you're going with. It's been helpful for me, just making myself realize that these routines exist, and sometimes they're perfectly good to do because we just don't have the mental capacity to deal with all the other stuff. But as long as we know that they're there and that they can be stopped, and that it's good, I think, to work through our emotions and our grief and our trauma as much as we are able to. So if you are struggling with that, I would encourage you to get help. Therapy has been a help to me in the past couple years. It's been a help to members of my family, and it's really a good thing. So if you are in need of that, I would encourage you to seek out help and assistance. Thanks everybody for being with us today. I really am happy and glad that you have been with us. The song is Routine. It's by Steven Wilson. If you haven't ever watched the original video to this, I would highly recommend going and watching. But this has been this live recording from the Royal Albert Hall in 2018. Wonderful, wonderful song, wonderful musicians, and I am happy to have had a chance to share it with you. Thanks everybody for being with us today. We will see you next time on another edition of The Daily Doug.